So we're on one of our next builds here on Myra up in the Juniper West developments. We're at the very initial stage. We're just going in for permit right now, waiting for some documentation. And what we're doing right now here on site is we're stripping off the topsoil, prepping the land with some rough grading so that when these permits drop, we're more prepared to get rolling. As you see behind us, we have piles of dirt, some sagebrush, some trees, and that's something we can't build on and isn't suitable for a foundation or driveways or anything like that. So what we do initially is we come in here, we strip the topsoil off and anything that's sort of in the way of the initial build and get it to an elevation that's close to where the final product needs to be. This is what you see back here is what the initial site looks like. Obviously we can't build on that with the overburden that's here and present, trees that would be right in the middle of the house. So initially what we do is we come in here, we set a rough elevation and we bring this overburden and this unbuildable material down to the elevations that we know that we're going to need to be at anyways. Once we get down to this rough elevation and we get rid of this overburden, we can now sort of lay out for the build. This overburden here, this is actually topsoil is what we're looking at. We actually stockpile a lot of it for later too because it's good for the yard. It just can't be under our build. We don't want it under driveways, we don't want it under sidewalks, and we don't want it under our footings. But it is a good product for later on. So we take it down as much as we can. We do an estimate of what we need for later, and we try and keep as much as possible to keep the cost minimized of hauling away and bringing back. Once we get our permits, we'll have the site pinned and it'll lay out where the house is going to be exactly, and at that point we would start the excavation for the actual house. Right now this is just an initial prep. It gives us a better idea and gets us ahead of the process so that when these permits are here, we're not waiting for anybody else. We're ready to go. The house is going to be about a 5,000 square foot house that captures this whole back view, the panoramic view of the city of Kamloops. It's designed to have a nice big flat backyard and fit the terrain of this lot. We always aim to have successful projects, and in the end our goal is always to be good friends with our customers. We don't want anything in the end to be different than the beginning. So if you're excited to build in the beginning with us, we want you to be excited to move in at the end. This project started off really well. From the design stage, we've worked with their designer for the house. They have very clear goals and design ideas of what they want and a realistic budget to start. And that's the keys. If you have something you want and your budget matches that, in the end you're going to get the product and the home you want without the conflict or any issues in the end.